See. Well, hopefully everybody's back with us. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Our usual laptop we use to stream decided to freeze on us for whatever reason. So to recap, I'm trying to remember exactly where we left off. As we can tell you that it is Colin Hynek currently in the box for the Oaks. Actually, I do remember where we left off. You guys missed out on seeing a beautiful defensive play by today's first baseman, Tyler Gannis, as Hynek breaks the play in there, and he'll go down on strikes. He even knew it as he started to walk to the dugout. So the Oaks end up going down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. We'll stay with you to kind of recap what you missed. So I'll recreate it. I'm going to create an image for them, Josh. So it was a hard hit ground ball to the 3-4 hole and a diving backhanded effort by Tyler Gannis to make a nice play to end the top of the fifth inning to, stream crash, so we didn't get to make a good call. Josh didn't get to talk about how beautiful a play it was by Tyler Gannis, and that ended the top of the fifth inning. And then the Oaks go down 1-2-3. It was 1-1 count that Tyler Gannis himself popped out to second base. Then on a 2-0 count, Messino swung and popped out to short. And then you just saw Hynek go down swinging there to make it a 1-2-3. And now it will be a new pitcher for the Oaks, as it's going to be Velos who steps in here, who will make his second appearance of the summer for the Oaks. He pitched on Friday against the Foresters. He went a full inning where he had 2 strikeouts, gave up a run on 1 hit and a walk. So a good bounce back it was, though, for Evan Harmon, as he only gave up a little bit of a walk there back in the 5th inning, but got 3 outs besides that. And so it'll take a stop to the 6th. Austin Gregory here, and I'll pass things over to Josh Mechanic.
Yeah, so Danny Velos starting off the 6th inning. Once again, we apologize that you missed the entire bottom half of the 5th, and that diving play that Austin recreated for you guys by Tyler Gannis. And leading it off now for the Foresters is going to be the top of their order with Rylan Charles. Charles is 0 for 2 on the day today. Looking to start something now for the Foresters, who have just 1 hit through 5 innings. And they came back in the 3rd inning. Technically, they might have 2, depending on how you score it. But I gave A.J. Salgado an error on that play back in the 3rd.
Yeah, we made the argument that it should be an error. I even told the people downstairs working the scoreboard, and they yelled back at me, it's a hit. So looks better for Salgado that way anyways.
Another thing, just to let you guys know, now that we restarted the stream, we will not have a scoreboard for you guys in the bottom right, so we'll try to let you guys know what's happening in the game as often as we can.
Score still remains 3-1 in favor of your Oaks.
Rylan Charles grounded out to first, or grounded back to the pitcher on a little comebacker that Rivas made a nice play on back in the 1st, and then he also flew out to the center fielder Correa, who's got a lot of action out there in center today.
And there's been 5 baseballs hit out to Correa already in this game.
Velos comes back with strike number 1 to begin his outing here in the 6th. Trying to lay one down and fouling it back is Charles. The count drops to 0-2. Danny Velos coming out of the pen has done a nice job of getting back-to-back strikes. He's ahead in the count 0-2 to Charles. And that one misses in the dirt.
Velos just finished up his first year at LA Valley College, where he pitched in 16 total games. Started in 8 of them, 6 wins, 3 losses, 3 saves, so he did a lot. 64 innings pitched. across that. And he finished with 57 strikeouts in those 64 innings. ERA of 2.81. So pretty solid year for the first year out of LA Valley College and Danny Velos.
Yeah, definitely one of the better collegiate seasons for Oaks pitchers. Hopefully they can get some good innings from Velos this year, as that one's fouled away again from Charles to spoil another 1-2 pitch.
Rylan Charles early here on his swings as he keeps pulling the ball foul there. Charles out of UNLV, a natural lefty-lefty.
That one's grounded to first. Making the play over there is Ganis for the first out.
Seen early on already today, Ganis having no issues defensively as he has been a brick wall over there, diving efforts, stretching to get guys out on bang-bang plays. Made a nice play on a hard-hit ball there from Charles as Charles finally swung. He still swung early, but not super early as he puts that one in fair territories, but right to Ganis to make an easy play.
Brings up Miguel Santos, who takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike.
A nice inside slider there from Velos to drop in strike one. A lot of the collegiate guys like to go with that first pitch, off-speed pitch to drop in a strike.
That one was pulled well outside there from Velos. Santos is 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the first inning and flew out to center back in the third. Fouls that one back. 1-2 now the count. Back-to-back hitters fall behind in the count 1-2 to Danny Velos out of the pen. Comes the 1-2 from Velos. Fouled into the Oaks dugout. So he'll stay alive and do it again.
There's a little touch thing at the top of the screen.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. Filthy slider disappearing out of the zone from Velos to get his first strikeout of the day.
Good start out of the bullpen for Velos. 2 quick outs.
Which brings up Kevin Bazell, who grounded out to second. A little chopper, nice play turned in from Jack Brooks. And just like his 1-2 counterparts in this order, he flew out to center. He takes the first pitch downstairs. 1-0 the count. Bazell takes another pitch off the plate for a ball. Starting at third base today, but his natural position is catcher, as we've seen him behind the dish as well. Laces that one back up the middle for a knock. Hardest hit ball of the day today for the Foresters, as they got a runner on first now with 2 away, and Gavin Cash coming to bat.
A nice piece of hitting there from Bazell. Has been some timing issues with the first 2 batters that faced Velos, as we saw them both early, the lefty Charles and the righty Santos, and Bazell gets the timing down and shoots one back up the middle.
Gavin Cash is flown out today and grounded out, as Velos tries to pick off Bazell at first, to no avail. That one gets in the dirt and then it gets by Heineck. Bazell will round second. That's a hard turn. He'll remain there. And that hard turn might have cost him. Looks like he might have pulled something in his quad area there. Saw him holding it He's walking a little gingerly over there at second base, but he looks to be okay.
Forster's manager, Bill Pintard, wants to go check on him. It'll send out the first base coach to go check on him, but Heineck, who's been pretty solid defensively today, nothing really he could do on that one. That one goes inside on Cash and bounces and gets between the gap of Heineck and Cash, and not really a play for him to make on it, but looks like Bazell will be fine now. As he advances on the wild pitch.
Now Gavin Cash has a runner in scoring position in two-way now. A chance to cut this lead in half for the Foresters as they trail the Oaks 3-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Cash swings through that one.
Nice pitch there from Velos as he pulls the string 1-0 and gets Cash way out in front of that one. Chases it for strike 1.
For Cash, can't be too surprised to see a 1-0 breaker here with a runner on second and first base open. And he hits that one to first. Gannis makes the play. Throws it to Velos covering the bag. And that'll do it here for the 6th. So the little mini threat was neutralized by Danny Velos, and the Oaks are able to hold the Foresters. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Oaks leading 3-1. We're back here now for the bottom of the 6th inning. with Jack Brooks stepping up to bat, and the Oaks leading the Foresters 3-1 now. With the new pitcher for Santa Barbara, it's going to be left-handed senior Jacob Martinez from Grand Canyon University. That first pitch just fouled away from Brooks.
Yeah, so they'll get ready for the slew of lefties that are intended to for this Oaks roster with Brooks and Carrillo and Grant and Salgado and Glowacki.
That's a strike on the outside corner.
If you haven't picked up from the 4 games this year, there's a lot of lefty bats on the Oaks roster this summer.
Yeah. The Oaks today, 3 of their first 4 hitters in the lineup are lefties. As Brooks takes the ball. Brooks softly lined out to shortstop in his first plate appearance and then walked in his last one as he takes the ball down 2-2. In his first 2 plate appearances, he saw 15 pitches combined. So a couple quality ABs from Jack Brooks to begin his summer. As he swings through a pitch right there. Strikeout number 1 in the day for Jacob Martinez, and out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up the top of the order for the Oaks and Austin Carrillo.
Center fielder, number 4, Austin Carrillo.
Carrillo doubled in the first inning. He had an RBI ground out back in the second. And also got robbed of a 2 RBI single on a great barehanded play at second base from Santos on a ball that ricocheted off the pitcher. Carrillo tried to square around and misses that one for a strike.
Yeah, and that was a bang play last time Carrillo was up, as it was just a miraculous effort from Santos at second.
That one's in there for strike 2 to Carrillo. Falls behind the count, 0-2. With Gavin Grant standing on deck. Oh, 2 pitches in the dirt from Martinez. Good work behind the dish there from Rombach. Keep it in front. Carrillo trying to continue his start to the summer, his hot start to the summer. He's in a hole now, 1-2 though. Another ball down in the dirt.
Carrillo has been a very disciplined hitter. Sometimes he likes the first pitch stuff. Sometimes he'll find the pitch with 2 strikes and put it in play. And sometimes he'll be behind 0-2 in a count and get hit by a pitch. So he gets on base in many different facets when he's at the plate.
He's worked the count to 2-2 after falling behind 0-2. And that one misses out. Run it full. Yeah, like there's more of that plate discipline that you were talking about, Austin. And you can also see that with 2 strikes. He chokes up on the bat just a little bit. Give himself the best chance possible. And that's called strike 3. Carrillo knew it. And that's out number 2 here in the 6th.
Yeah, and Carrillo's going to be upset with himself after battling back from being 0-2 to making the count full and then going down, looking at a pitch right down the heart of the plate. He's going to be a little upset with himself as he goes down looking there.
Which brings up Gavin Grant, who's 1 for 2 today with a walk. Takes the first pitch ball off the outside of the plate. Grant was a line out in his first summer at bat, but he walked in the second and then got his first hit of the summer back in the 4th with a single. And he takes a strike on the inner half of the plate.
Yeah, it's funny to see Grant, the shortstop, today. On Sunday, it was due day, and it seemed like almost every ball that was in play in the infield was hit to Zach Duday. And so far today, there's not been a ball hit to Gavin Grant at shortstop defensively.
Well, we haven't seen that many balls hit on the infield for the Foresters. Most of the ground action has gone over to Gannis at first base, plus Salgado's made a couple, and Brooks has made a couple of spectacular plays, but for the most part, it's been flyouts and strikeouts for that Foresters offense. That one's on the inside corner. 2-2 now the count to Gavin Grant.
Martinez finished out the game for the Foresters on Friday. He did just as good his job as he is so far today.
He comes back with a 2-2 that's lifted to shallow right field. It's going to be caught out there to the end of the inning. And before we head to the 7th, don't forget to subscribe to our channel that you're watching us on. You can't find Conejo Oaks Baseball without watching this stream, so while you're on here, hit like, hit subscribe, keep this channel going. We head to the 7th here in Thousand Oaks. Oaks leading the Foresters 3-1. Zach?
Designated hitter number 7, William Pendergrass.
So we'll welcome you back now for the top of the 7th. As you just heard from our public address announcer, Jackson White. Will Pendergrass steps in now for the Foresters. Austin Gregory here with Sammy Holiday stepping in for the time being.
Good pitch.
As Vilas drops in strike number 1 at the off speed there. Sammy was the man to let us know that the stream crashed. Sammy, what was that moment like?
Oh man, you just see in the lower right hand corner you get how fast the stream is going. And then it was at 0 for a while. So that raised some concerns. And then the mouse stopped moving as we get a pop up in foul territory. Oh, nice play.
What a play right there by Tyler Gannis. Have a start to your summer.
Quite a debut. Quite a debut for him.
He's been incredible defensively and offensively. We've seen him diving effort in the infield to stop a ball, hard ground ball, stretching for bang-bang plays, and then he lays out there in foul territory to absolutely take away his second life there and end that bat of Will Pendergrass, who's now 0 for 3 today, and Nate Rumback steps in now, who's 0 for 2 so far today. First pitch slider, rolled a ball there.
Yeah, and he's been hitting the ball hard offensively too, which you like to see.
As you said, quite the debut.
Oh yeah.
That's swung on and missed by Rumback.
Yeah, back to the stream crashing.
Yeah.
The computer just completely froze, and I was trying to figure out what was going on, and then, just gave up and decided we had to move on to another computer, which is why you don't see that nice little scoreboard app we used to have in the bottom right.
Yeah, that pretty scoreboard we had was a creation of Sammy's, so we just wanted to get the stream back up, didn't have time to put it back together as we switch computers as that one misses away to run back. Count now 3-1 to him.
Well, Josh is back right now, so I'm going to give the headset back to him, and he can get in your guys' ears.
A sword swing there from run back as this one will run full now as run back half swung there as Josh has now rejoined us as Sammy mentioned, and as I mentioned on Sunday when Sammy hopped on for like 2 pitches, I think it was. Sammy will be joining us permanently broadcasting at some point this summer. So that one's fouled and rolled a little bit up the line. Count still full now. Velo's still on the mound. Still yet to see any changes besides the pitchers between the two teams.
Yeah, this is the latest we've been in an Oaks game this season where we haven't seen any defensive substitutions.
That one is fouled towards the cars. That just missed a car out there as it hit the concrete and bounced underneath and trickled into the parking lot. The run back well tardy on that one, just battled that one away to stay alive. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat between run back and Velos. And he gets a swing and a miss. Nice pitch there from Danny Velos as he goes with the changeup and gets run back out in front and on top of it. And now we will finally see that change as we'll see a pitch hitter now for Pat Caulfield as it's going to be Cade Higgins who's going to pinch hit. Cade Higgins just finished up his first year at Arizona State. Saw Higgins on Friday.
Higgins started on Friday afternoon in the outfield for the Foresters as we saw him reach base and score a run in that marathon 3rd inning, but other than that he struck out a few times and walked again as well.
That one's looked at for strike 1, count even at 1 now.
For Caulfield before coming out today, he was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
That swung on and missed. Strike number 2.
Looking for a 1-2-3 inning from Velos.
That one's fouled back.
Oaks pitchers have done a nice job today of limiting the base runners for the Foresters. Doing a nice job of trying to stay around the strike zone.
That swung on a miss and squeezed on by Heineck. So it's a 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts to end it for Velos, who's gone 2 so far out of the bullpen. Takes us to the bottom of the 7th. Oaks still up 3-1. Heart of the order due up. Salgado, Glowacki, Carliner. We'll be back. I'll welcome you back for the bottom of the 7th now, as it's going to be AJ Salgado to start things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Salgado today,
AJ Salgado.
0 for 2 in 3 plate appearances, reached via a walk in the first, struck out swinging in the end of the second, and then grounded into a fielder's choice and was stranded at first back in the 4th, but he's been doing his thing defensively.
Yeah, for Salgado, he's trying to keep his hit streak going. He's gotten a hit in each of the first 3 games this season. Hitless today, looking to keep it going. This is probably his last chance.
Fastball will be looked at for strike 1 after taking the off-speed pitch for ball 1, so 1-1 is the count now. Noah Carliner's day is going to be done as he is due up 3rd this inning, as Josiah Chavez will come in the pinch hit for him. Salgado chases one downstairs for strike 1. Trying to get Salgado chasing there, but that one misses outside and away. Sorry, outside and down. 2-2 count now for Salgado.
Salgado made that take look way too easy. I mean, that's a good pitch there for Martinez. It starts as a strike and ends away, and he sped on it.
That one misses up. Count has now run full. Andrew Lucas has begun to loosen up now in the bullpen for the Oaks. I have to imagine he's probably coming in the 8th with Velos going 2 already. Salgado down on strikes looking.
That could potentially end the hit streak for AJ Salgado. Of course, the Oaks want him to. Of course, he wants to hit again to keep the streak going, but I don't think he does want to hit again because that would mean the Oaks sitting in the bottom of the 9th inning, and of course they don't want that, leading the Foresters 3-1 here.
First pitch to Glowacki misses well outside. Well, you know, Riley could start here and Salgado could come up again this inning or even next inning.
Yeah, I think that's what would be the ideal scenario for the Oaks.
Glowacki skies that one to the right side. That one's going to be out of play. Glowacki still looking for his first hit of the CCL season, his first hit since Oaks took on the Coastal Dodgers for their home opener and season opener.
But Glowacki, although he doesn't have a hit in the CCL yet, he's turned in some nice plate appearances, which is what moved him up so high in the order.
He'll shoot that one to left field, and that one will be caught. Interesting positioning out there in left field, especially with a lefty up.
Designated hitter, number 14.
Higgins recently entering into the game, of course, gets a play towards his direction, and he makes a really nice play on the run on a difficult ball that, if it scoots by him, could have turned into extra bases.
So Josiah Chavez steps in. He did not play on Sunday. He did start in left field on Friday against the Foresters. Struck out in his 2 at-bats as he looks at strike 1 there. And he started in left on Thursday where he walked, came around the store, and struck out. So he also looking for his first hit of the season. As that one misses downstairs. Beautiful pick right there by Rumback, as he just made that look way too easy.
Yeah, that was pretty clean and on a meaningless pick.
I'll swing and misses strike 2.
Jacob Martinez sure has been impressive since entering the game. He struck out the side last inning, looking for another 1-2-3-1 here.
He gets another strikeout as Chavez chases one downstairs. It's another 1-2-3 inning as Josh just foreshadowed almost. It'll take us now to the top of the 8th. And we'll see if it will be Lucas coming in out of the bullpen or not. We'll see if there's any other replacements. We'll stay with you as we keep you updated on if anything changes here. The infield will remain the same. Outfield so far will remain the same, waiting to see if Messino or somebody else drops out to left field. It will be Messino. So defensively, they stay the same, waiting to see if Lucas is the one who trots out, and it will be Andrew Lucas who enters in on the mound, who just finished up another year at Arizona State.
His year at Arizona State this season, Lucas saw limited action, 8 1/3 innings pitched. He gave up 16 earnings.
2, 4, 8, 4, 5, 6. That is 2, 2, 4, 8, 4, 5, 6.
We saw Lucas appear against the Foresters the other day, where we saw him throw a scoreless inning, as did most of that bullpen after the troublesome 3rd inning. It was a solid outing.
Number 23.
Yeah, 3 strikeouts for Lucas in that inning. Struck out the side after allowing 2 hits and didn't allow a run, so good job by him to not let any of the hits.
Lucas is replacing Danny Velos, who turned in a nice one this afternoon, going a couple scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts, just giving up 1 single. Great second outing of the summer for Velos.
Leading off, number 6, Ty Hodge.
Ty Hodge leading it off here in the 8th inning for the Foresters. He's reached base in each of his 2 plate appearances today on the in-between error and hit to third base and a walk as well. And he grounds that one back to the pitcher, smothering it and throwing it out. The runner is Lucas. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Nice job there by Lucas as it almost ate him up as he made that play with his glove practically in his stomach. And he almost threw it away from Gannis, but the brick wall over there made sure to keep that one in front and record the out.
And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Foresters as Josh Stinson's going to, his day is done, and Cortland Lawson out of Tennessee is up to bat.
The only
Center fielder, number 9, Cortland.
non-Texas boy that's listed within the infield section of the Foresters
And although he's
roster.
not a Texas guy, University of Tennessee had quite some year this year in college baseball, as they were the #1 team in the country for the majority of the season until they fell in the Super Regionals this past weekend in Notre Dame. Lawson takes the ball down, 2-0 the count.
A lot of people surprised to see Tennessee eliminated, but I actually saw something that in the last 21 years there's only been one #1 ranked team in the country to win the national championship.
And that's a ground ball to third. Salgado keeps it in front of him, throws across to get the out.
Wow. What a play right there by AJ Salgado. Weird bounce. He again makes a play just like Lucas up in his stomach and somehow sticks with it, fires across the diamond and made it look easy on what was a really, really tough play to make.
Yeah, that's back-to-back games now where we've seen almost the exact same kind of play where Salgado not afraid to use his chest and body up to keep the ball in front of him. And that time he was able to even keep it in the glove and throw across to get the second out of the inning. Which brings up Ryland Charles, who's yet to reach base in his 3 plate appearances. Jumps out of the way of that fastball. Charles says grounded out a couple times on the infield and flown out to Messino in center. Takes a ball. 2-0 now to Ryland Charles with Miguel Santos representing the tying run on deck for the Foresters. Three now to Charles.
Charles looking to get on for the first time today still. First batter that we've seen Lucas kind of fall behind. You have to imagine Charles not moving on this pitch.
And he walks him on 4 pitches, which brings Miguel Santos to the plate in the form of the tying run.
Second baseman, number 3, Miguel Santos.
Michael Stanford is starting to walk out towards the bullpen, and we'll see him followed by a couple of the catchers as he pitched already once this season for the Oaks and had an effective outing against the Foresters.
That one misses up, I guess. That one could have been called a strike, but home plate umpire disagreed as we have another ball coming in from the Foresters bullpen, which causes a little quick pause in the play. And comes back with the strike, does Lucas, after 5 straight balls.
Nice pitch there from Lucas.
Being unable to locate the fastball, he goes the breaking ball there to get into the zone. That one's fouled into the dirt. 1-2 the count now. During that pitch, I don't know if you could see it on the stream, but the bullpen catcher for the Foresters was actually on the field, in the field of play. He was in shallow right retrieving another wild pitch that had gotten away from him. And no umpire called time. So if that ball was hit into shallow right field, the bullpen catcher might have gotten trampled. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Santos. There goes the runner. No throw as that one's in the dirt. All Colin Heineck could do there is block it.
So now Lucas has got to worry about Charles being in scoring position. Only 1 strike away from getting out of this.
This would be a huge run for the Foresters, too. Try to make it a 1-run ball game heading into the 9th. Here's the 2-2. Got him swinging. Andrew Lucas powers down and gets Santos swinging with the fastball. And the Oaks are now 3 outs away from winning this rematch with the Foresters. We head to the bottom of the 8th with the Oaks leading 3-1. today's player of the game candidate, Tyler Gannis, is leading things off here in the 8th inning for the Oaks. Gannis reached base a couple times, including a double, and he also came around to score. We've also seen Gannis make a few stellar plays over that first base today in his summer debut, as he takes a first pitch strike from the newly entered pitcher, Jake Faherty from the University of Arkansas. And that one misses outside. 1-1. Faherty's Arkansas boys are going to Omaha this weekend to play in the College World Series. But it's very tough to make a travel roster, as Faherty misses with that one up and in to Gannis. For Gannis, we weren't sure what to expect from his summer debut, but he's shown out, to say the least, today. That one is way outside.
Some command issues early on here for Faherty.
Faherty's one of the younger guys on this roster. And he walks Gannis to lead things off here in the 8th.
Third time in 4 plate appearances in the opener for Gannis' summer that he reaches base, and we'll already see a mound visit here. Already seen some action. Looks like they might pull Faherty after one at bat, as we see 2 coaches signal into the bullpen to get a move on down there.
Yeah, they're really trying to speed things up out in the Foresters bullpen. The coaches did not like what they saw there in that first at bat to Gannis, as this mound visit might be just more of a stalling tactic to get the bullpen going as quickly as they can. And Sunday's player of the game steps in, Charles Messina. He has yet to record a hit in today's game, but he has walked and scored a run. Takes the first pitch ball down below the knees. Faherty falls behind another guy. Two and a to Charles Messina.
Faherty works very quick, which could be a slight cause for the control issues. Obviously, you got the runner on base now, but
And it's a good bounce back pitch there to get a strike from Faherty.
Messina was taken on that pitch, but you could see he mocked the swing with his right hand there.
And that one's fouled back. 2-2 now to Messina. That one misses down in the dirt, and it gets by Rombach. So Gannis gets to second base easily, which puts a really big insurance run out there in scoring position for the Oaks. Just another spiked fastball from Faherty. Who's potentially throwing his last pitch to Messina.
It seems more than likely that Michael Stanford's going to be coming in to finish out this ball game in the 9th.
Ball 4. First and second, nobody out for the Oaks. And Colin Heineck will be the hitter.
Catcher number 22, Colin Heineck.
In this situation, You wouldn't be surprised to see a guy square around and bunt, but I just saw third base coach give Heineck the okay to go ahead and rip it and swing away. Takes the first pitch for a strike.
Heineck still looking for his first base knock of the day, reached via the walk in his first 2 plate appearances, and then struck out swinging in the 5th.
And he grounds that one to third. Stepping on the bag and throwing across his Bazell to get a double play. It's excellent defensive play there from Kevin Bazell. And with 1 pitch, Jake Faraday gets 2 outs.
Second baseman, number 33, Jack Brooks.
And it looked like it was going to be a pretty tough play for Bazell. I was waiting for a bad hop and, to maybe eat up Bazell, but he made it look easy and comfortably turned 2 there and got his pitcher some help.
That one misses inside. So after this dastardly start here from Faraday here in the 8th, he gets 1 out on 2 pitches. Now he's got 2 away, and he's just a batter away from getting out of this. Nearly hits Brooks. Was able to get out of the way of that one. It's 2-0 now. Well, Jack Brooks has 0 for 2 at the plate today. He's made a couple of spectacular defensive plays, including one up the middle that saved a run. And he takes downstairs.
It's now 11 balls on 16 pitches this inning for Faraday.
Yet he still has 2 outs because of that huge play there from Bazell. Strike.
Brooks looking for his first hit of the summer still. Just hit by a pitch back in the 3rd on a full count and blooped out the short and struck out swinging in his other 2 plate appearances.
And he swings through that. Not sure if that was on the swing or on the pitch call, but it's a strike. Count goes full 3-2.
Yeah, the home plate umpire signaled that he swung on that one. Didn't even ask his base umpire there.
Here's the payoff pitch, ball 4. Jack Brooks walks with 2 away. And that puts 2 on now for the big threat of Austin Carrillo.
That's 3 walks and 4 batters for Faraday. And after the first batter, they seemed to be rushing the bullpen guy to get him loose. But now, I don't even seem to thought about pulling Faraday at this point with 2 outs.
We'll see if it proves to be the right decision with Austin Carrillo stepping in. He's 1 for 4 on the day with that double back in the first inning. Hasn't gotten on since. And he check swings that back to the pitcher. Faraday tosses it over to first. We head to the 9th inning. The Oaks looking to capture their 2nd CCL win of the season. We head to the 9th.
We'll welcome you back now for the top of the ninth, and it is Michael Stanford who's going to pitch for the second time this season and the second time against the Foresters. He pitched the 8th inning against them where he struck out the first batter, got a ground out to the second batter, walked the third batter on 4 pitches, and struck out the third batter looking to end a very nice start to the season for him, and the Oaks are 3 outs away from getting their second straight win in CCL play. And it will be Kevin Bazell who made a nice double play turn last half inning defensively to lead things off, and he's 0 for 2. Sorry, my apologies. 1 for 3 today. Singled in his last at bat, so look at ball 1.
Yeah, for Stanford, it was a great first outing on Friday. He's looking to carry that over to today's outing.
Two-0 now to Bazell. That one's rolled foul. Bazell well early on that one, and on top of it as he rolls it foul. 2-1's the count now.
For Bazell, name of the game is getting on base.
He'll be tardy on that one, and on top of it, he fouls that one back.
In this situation, leading off an inning where you're just a bloop and a blast away from tying the ball game. For Bazell, it's trying to be patient and get on base any way possible to bring the tying run to the plate.
2-2 delivery. That one misses high and away. Count runs full. I'll walk him. That one was almost troublesome as Heineck lost it for a second.
First baseman, number 32, Gavin Cash.
Cash will step in now, the lefty. And he's 0 for 3 today. We're going to see a pinch runner for Bazell. Doesn't seem happy about it, as he just gave his manager, Bill Pintar, a look of like, what the heck? And this will bring in Andrew DeSavalon to pinch run.
We saw DeSavalon throw a couple innings out of the bullpen for the Foresters on Friday where he was shut down.
And Bazell, you got to remember, was a little shaken up, advancing on a wild pitch his last at-bat. That one's ruled a ball.
And that one, Oaks dugout really wanted it, and Colin Heineck kind of just looked over there and said, guys, calm down. It was a ball.
That one misses the same spot.
Yeah, we've seen Stanford struggling to find the strike zone a bit here. Very different from Friday's outing.
That one's popped up to left field. A tough play out there. Oh, what a play it is by the shortstop, and he'll throw to first. And what a play by Tyler Gannis. But he's called off the bag, but a defensive effort and a half by Tyler Gannis. But first, what a play by Gavin Grant as he went football style over the shoulder basket grab out there in shallow left center, and he fired back to Andrew DeSavalon, who was stranded out in Andrew DeSavalon was stranded out in no man's land, and he fired over to Gannis, who made a diving effort and just had his foot off the bag on the backside, which we don't have an angle on, but the umpire at first base was in a great position to make the correct call. But what a loud out number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's spectacular there from Gavin Grant, and even just as spectacular by Tyler Gannis with that effort at first.
That one's ruled strike 1 as Will Pendergrass, the designated hitter, is in the box now, and he is 0 for 3 today. He'll shoot that one up the middle. Brooks gets him. Ball game over. A little bit of a tough double play there to be made by the young man, Jack Brooks, over there at second base, but he gets it done, and that's going to end the ball game, folks. Your Oaks win by a score of 3-1, and Tyler Gannis will be your player of the game. Got on base 3 times in 4 plate appearances today, starting his summer off red hot with a single and a double and an electrifying defensive effort at first base. You'll see the post-game interview with Josh and Tyler Gannis on our social media page. The Oaks will play again tomorrow at home as they host another CCL opponent in the OC Riptide. We'll see you at 4:30 tomorrow. For Conejo Oaks, I've been Austin Gregory alongside Josh Mechanic and Sammy Holiday. We'll see you tomorrow.